and welcome to the Punished for Protecting Live broadcast with your host, Francesca Amato, national expert in the Americans with Disabilities Act, domestic violence and child abuse advocate, best-selling author, and founder of Punished for Protecting Incorporated. We welcome all of our viewers watching on Facebook via Punished for Protecting News and the CPS News Network. If you're watching on YouTube at Punish No More and Free to Protect, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon. You can also find Punish for Protecting News on Rumble. Now, without further ado, here is your host, Francesca Amato.
Well, hello and welcome to Punish for Protecting News today. I am Francesca Amato, and if you're watching on YouTube or Facebook, Punish for Protecting News, or Rumble, welcome, whether it's morning, afternoon, or evening. Also, this particular program will air in April on the Now Network TV at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't forget to get that on your smart TV. You can watch it on Roku. You can watch it on Now Network News or any of the cable stations that are near you, including Apple TV. I have a very special guest today, which is I consider to be a Punish for Protecting type of story. This is not like your ordinary stories where we deal with families with their children, but it does have to do with children. In a local school in Newburgh, New York, called NFA, Newburgh Free Academy, we have an awesome teacher, and his name is Richard Desiderio, and on stage right now. Richard, hi. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. It's my pleasure.
So you are a special ed teacher at NFA, Newburgh Free Academy, Newburgh, New York.
No, I'm actually at Horizons on the Hudson, which is an elementary school. I did teach at NFA up until 2017.
Okay, so you were previously teaching at NFA until 2017, and then this incident took place at the elementary school.
Well,
okay, get to it.
It's an ongoing issue that's been unfortunately going on for years, and it started at NFA and has continued through elementary school, yes.
And so right now, you're not at any of the schools right now because you've been on a paid leave, I believe, correct?
That's correct, since I have not stepped into a classroom this year.
Okay, and I actually have one of my co-workers that I work with for Punish for Protecting. She's also an educator, and she works in Virginia, actually, and she works with special needs kids, and she works with disabilities and so on. And she's like, oh, this is just horrible when I heard this because my kids are sitting on my lap and they're all hugging on me all the time.
Yeah.
And the school is very welcoming to this where she is. What happened in your case? What happened? Let's lay the foundation for the audience.
Well, I was a basketball coach. I was a girls basketball coach, and that was really all I ever aspired to be, was a teacher, a good teacher. I worked hard, but basketball was my passion. And through a series of events that started really in 2016, when a new athletic director came in and was not particularly fond of me and wanted to put a friend into my position, this whole thing started. In the course of kind of standing up for myself, I uncovered a lot of attendance and grading malfeasance that was going on in the district. It became clear to me that I was accessing information that I had legal right to, and it was just part of our system. And I started to realize that we were graduating a lot of kids, we were pushing a lot of kids through, and a lot of them we were not educating. And it kept becoming more and more apparent to me. When I uncovered some malfeasance that was going on with altering attendance, I brought it to the district. I was a team guy. Loved the district. Was not looking to cause trouble. I realized that I uncovered something that was not good. It was apparent to me. I'm not in law enforcement. But it was just very apparent that they were radically altering attendance. And as soon as I brought that to them, it began this journey, and they ended up firing me as the coach, and then they tried to fire me as a teacher, and then they fired me as the coach again, and then they tried to fire me as a teacher again. I ended up filing a complaint with the district attorney of Orange County, David Hoovler. It was accepted, and I worked with his office for about a year and a half, and what ended up coming out of it was a DA report, a district attorney report. It's about 100 pages. And the Times Herald Record introduced it by saying systemic failure in the Newburgh Schools. And there were people that could have and probably should have been arrested. But he left it to the district to clean up the mess. And I knew that was not going to work out. I told them it wasn't going to work out. And they've been relentless after me since then. It's 2024, so that started in 2017. It's been going on a long time. They've tried to fire me from my teaching job 4 times, and right now I just finished up a hearing that was 3 days, and there's a chance they could fire me altogether. I don't think that's going to happen, but that's the position I'm in.
And it's just amazing because I just recently got to meet you because I saw it come up on my news feed one day several weeks ago. And automatically, I just knew something was not, I knew, people of faith, we know things,
Yes.
We just know things. God tells us.
Yes.
And I was like, this seems ridiculous. Like, what is going on? I've got to get a hold of this guy, and I'm looking to see if we have mutual friends, and how am I going to reach out to you? Because, like with Facebook, it goes to other mail and you may never see it.
Sure.
But I was reading, like, if we can get into that part of it, like, it just no sexual touching, but the teacher's in trouble for, and it really made no sense. Like, I couldn't even figure it out. Like, what was their alleged, issue that they claimed that you had? And we're going to show some pictures as you speak.
Sure. It still doesn't, Francesca, it still does not make sense to me. I'm going to be honest. And I just finished up this hearing. There's ways that and your assessment was very accurate. They never contacted one parent. They never spoke to one child during the course of this investigation. Not one.
Yeah.
One of the girls, the most recent incident was in May of 2023. Yeah. And the particular girl, her mother and I had really started talking before the school year even started. We met, she was doing a tour of the building before school started, and I was there, and we just started talking. She was very involved, and she would call me. She would send me messages on a system we have called Class Dojo. She would send me emails through the school, and we worked together hand in hand. And I have to tell you that, and I've told her this, and I didn't realize it at the time, but that communication, the district was harassing me all that school year. And those communications with her and other parents made me feel human and kept me alive in a lot of ways. She was a gift from God.
Yeah.
She still is. We're still close. She just testified in my defense. She refuses to speak to them. They've called her. They've lied to her.
Yeah.
She's just unbelievable. And
you have a good relationship with all the parents and all the students. There's not one complaint from any parent or student. There's not a single complaint. It's
no.
just the school. And this is why I said this is a punish for protecting type of. Okay, so someone actually called while I was speaking, and it knocked me out. And
Gotcha.
And it said spam in big letters. You got to
Of
love
course.
it. But what I was saying is that like all the parents love you, all the students love you. You know, there's never been one complaint. Now this one spoke and testified on your behalf, and this is what I deal with every day with family court and CPS: false allegations. CPS takes children from protective, loving homes, and a false allegation, and I see it constantly all over the entire country for 16 plus years. They make up stories and then they run with it. And it's just absolute absurdity and insanity. And what they're doing is they're literally harming the lives of families and children. And in this case, a school teacher that's a loving and good school teacher that we're desperately in need of in this country. You know, there are schools right now in this country that are desperately seeking good teachers. It just blows my mind how vile and evil this really is, and how they work together to, and the people that are a part of this, whether it be in family court or in a school system or CPS or the police, or, you know, not degrading the police, but there's a lot of corrupt ones, especially in New York. But you know, they work together as a team to harm other people without a conscience.
Well, you know,
it floors me. It floors me.
You would think I would have some protection being a witness. I spoke. I was the number one witness in the district attorney's report. I spoke. I was the first witness to speak in the indictment phase, and the district attorney has provided me no support whatsoever. And I volunteer. I didn't get paid. Everything was what, you know, I spent a lot of time because it was important to me. I knew it was important. I spent a lot of time, and I don't regret that. But everyone knows exactly what's going on. You said in the beginning, I read this and I knew something was wrong. You're not the only person that's happened to. And I've been provided no support. State ed knows what's going on. No support there. There's no repercussions. And you said something very important, and something that began to occur to me over the last couple months leading up to this hearing, was that not just the mom that I was talking about, but any of the moms and kids that were involved, unbeknownst, they had no, because I had got a call from a parent who they misidentified in a video and called and said they basically harangued the man and basically threatened him with getting some kind of CPS case if he didn't agree to let them use the video. The mom that I mentioned in the beginning, they told her there was video and there never was video. Two different administrators lied to her. One of the administrators was one of their witnesses and perjured himself. We have the email he sent to her that says there's video. He got on the stand and said, "Oh, I never said there was video." She testified after him and said, "He told me there was video." So he perjured himself. He hasn't been suspended to my knowledge, but deeper than that, what really started to come to me was if they end up firing me, if they're successful in this 3020A case, this little girl and her, not so much her mom, because again, we communicated, but the little girl is going to get to a point in her life where she has to look back and find out that one of her favorite teacher, because she loved class, she loved being in class, she was successful, she helped get him fired, and they never asked her opinion. They never asked her how she felt about it. Those are the things that get inside me. Those are the things that I don't know. Just
no. I mean, you're preaching to the choir. I mean, this is exactly. It's identical, only in a different venue. It's identical. It's diabolical. So, and these children don't have a voice. They
never spoke to her.
It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. It literally blows my mind. We're going to go to an intermission real quick, but we have a lot more
Yes.
with teacher Richard Desiderio. And this is going to tell you guys, if you are following along with Punish for Protecting and you need our help. I handle family court matters, police, education, CPS issues. I am not an attorney. I am a multifaceted expert in the Americans with Disability Act, domestic violence, child abuse, and we have an expert team that supports our clients. And here's how you can get help if you need it.
We'll be right back after a message from Punished for Protecting Incorporated. Each new generation of protective mothers is shocked when they first go to family court and find it doesn't favor single mothers and is willing to jeopardize children. Francesca's harrowing experience with the broken family court system, from which she finally received justice after 8 months of struggle, is proof that there is light at the end of the tunnel. Francesca has one of these unspeakably cruel cases and has responded by shining a large spotlight on widespread failures so other mothers won't be shocked. Punished for Protecting the Injustice System of Family Court by Francesca Amato Banfield, advocate, mother, whistleblower, founder, and TV talk show host of Punished for Protecting. If you are struggling with injustices wrought by our courts, this book will help guide you through the process. Available on Amazon.com. Search Punished for Protecting and get your copy today. Help abolish family court by purchasing Punished for Protecting merchandise. Here are our top sellers. See the link in the YouTube video description to find out how to get your Punished for Protecting t-shirt. Get your high-quality Punished for Protecting t-shirt while supplies last and let everyone know that you stand for justice. Are you being re-victimized by the family court system? Do you need help with your case? Go online and book a talk with Francesca. Go to punished4beingAparent.com/book-a-talk. Fill in your name, email address, and message to Francesca. Someone will get back to you within 24 hours. Francesca and her staff of volunteers continue to work tirelessly every single day for parents and children who are in need of their help. There have been multiple success stories, including Francesca's, which gives hope to others in similar situations. Punished for Protecting Incorporated has incurred out-of-pocket expenses with zero funding to help families get their children back or to save their children from being taken. We also have provided funds to help with retainers, food, lodging, and travel. We really need your help so we can continue to provide our many services. Any amount is greatly appreciated. If you'd like to donate or sponsor a family in need of help, go to Cash App, Free the Children. And now back to our broadcast.
I also want to just briefly show you my second book, which is I Survived a Narcissist. You Can Too. This you can get on Amazon. It is the sequel to Punished for Protecting the Injustice System of Family Court. And I've been getting a lot of good reviews about this particular book. It's only 44 pages. I kept it short and sweet, to the point. And a lot of people are telling me that they're getting healing from reading this book. So that really excites me. One more thing that we did is we launched Alternative to Family Court. These are tailored sessions for your family's needs to get you out of family court or to make sure you never enter into a family court. We teach your family ways to protect the sanctity of your family, your life, your livelihood, above all, your children. If your relationship does happen to break up and you have children. And this has also been very, very successful. We are here today with teacher Richard Desiderio. One of the things that stood out to me in the news article is, and especially because of what I do, is that you're working with a lot of Okay, ironically, I have a private number, but you can hear me now, right?
Yes.
But somebody doesn't want this story out because I'm getting all these weird spam calls that are kicking me out of my own program.
Never forget the devil is hard at work.
He really doesn't want the story out. So two things that I was going to ask you is two things. Is number one, how can people help besides prayer? And the other thing is I work in an industry where it was told that it was the fatherless, that it was anti-father in the family court. That is not what we're seeing in the family court. And I know this because I have firsthand knowledge, 16 years, I believe that too. I'm very much for fathers and husbands, very much for the sanctity of family, marriage and so on. But in this specific case, you really were dealing with a lot of fatherless homes. And so
yes,
the children really counted on your support because like I'm a firm believer, it's a fatherless home. If it's an abusive father or a drug dealing father or just an abusive father that's abusing the mother, that is not, all the social science research proves that is not safe for children. Okay, it's by proxy. But in your case, you were literally encouraging these children, supporting these children. They need this. And so you're being attacked right there in that specific area that's really a ministry.
Well, and I said this in my testimony on Thursday, fatherlessness is a crisis in Newburgh. Around 80 to 80.5% of elementary teachers are female. And I'm working with self-contained special ed kindergartners and first graders. They are by nature affectionate. Many of them have, which people don't realize, they have speech delays, speech impediments, speech. The little girl that I've spoken mostly about from the incident in May had a profound speech delay, profound, not a little, not profound. And that was her mother's first thing. Lexi cannot advocate for herself. And you don't call me, you do this, and my child can't even defend herself. And the bottom line was she didn't have to defend herself from me. She had to defend herself from the administrators. That's really the truth. And I became a great teacher last year. I'm not sure that I ever even I never thought I could go to elementary. I was a high school teacher. I never thought I would be one of those elementary teachers that could pull off what I did last year. I had, again, self-contained. That's the lowest special ed. There's no mainstream kids in the class. And I had 2 kids that the year before was a challenging year for them, to put it mildly. I had 2 boys. And by the end of the year, I moved both of them out of self-contained and into an ICT class, integrated co-taught, where there's mainstream kids and special ed kids. And that was a miracle. And I was a great teacher. This would have been bad any year. It's catastrophic and completely uncalled for after I'm saying last year, but now it's going on 2 years ago. Again, you said it, the parents loved me, no complaints. We had a family inside, because there was only 12 to 15 kids or so, but we had this family. These kids looked out for each other, and they learned. You can have a lot of good things, but if they're not learning, that's obviously the main goal of any class. Our kids were learning. The school I was in just got put back into a receivership, meaning it's a school that's not functioning well as per New York State. So what I did in a self-contained class, I should have been, and it's not easy for me to talk like this about myself. It's just, I don't pat myself on the back, but I should have been put up for Teacher of the Year. Instead,
That's what I said this man is a hero. Why are they doing this? This is like that you saw. I put a big post up on Facebook.
Yes,
I agree with you 100%, and I believe our audience does too.
I sure hope so.
I mean, the children are being so attacked. The enemy is after children from the womb on. I mean, the enemy is
100%.
after children. There's no question about it.
And they use classism against these parents. It's not racism. It's classism. They look down on them.
Yeah.
That they're, they won't fight back.
Yeah. We are having to wrap because we literally have that time. But before we do, just one last thing. How can anybody in the local communities help? Is there anything that they can do?
You said it. Prayer. Contact the state education department in Albany. They know what's going on and they have to do their jobs. There's no oversight.
Let's do that. Thank you so much. We're so happy to have you on, and we will be praying for you. And I'm asking the audience to please go ahead and contact Albany. Thank you. And God bless.
Thank you. Thank you.